Hello, good evening. My name is Brooke Taylor, and I'm going to be doing my personal speech on the destruction of sleep disorders. I want to apologize that if I start to cough, I have the flu, and I may cough during this speech. What are sleep disorders? Sleep disorders are where people lose restorative sleep, they don't wake up feeling rested, and this can cause brain fog, feelings of anxiety, and trouble thinking during the day. Sleep disorders are actually very common. Over 70 million Americans suffer from one different type of sleep disorder. There's over 80 sleep disorders. I'm going to be discussing 3 of the sleep disorders: insomnia, sleep apnea, and narcolepsy. What is insomnia? Insomnia is when people lay down to try to go to sleep at night and their mind keeps on racing and they are unable to relax and fall asleep, hence staying awake all night long and having trouble sleeping. They wake up the next day feeling like they have not got enough sleep, have headaches during the day, and have chronic fatigue. Sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is actually can be very harmful to your health because lack of oxygen can harm internal organs like your heart, affect your thyroid. You can actually stop breathing. People have died from sleep apnea. Some of the symptoms of sleep apnea are snoring loudly, waking up, having a dry throat, and feeling unrested the next day as well. Narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a personal interest of mine, as I have one variation of narcolepsy. There are 2 variations of narcolepsy: narcolepsy with cataplexy and narcolepsy without cataplexy. Narcolepsy with cataplexy is what most people are familiar with, which is when someone is just sitting there and you look over and they just have suddenly fallen asleep. Along with sleep paralysis, where when you immediately wake up, you feel like you're literally paralyzed. I have narcolepsy, but I don't have the cataplexy aspect, but I do have the sleep cycle disruption part of it. A healthy sleep cycle goes through cycles 1, 2, 3 REM. And we're supposed to go through all 4 of those cycles all night long. And REM is where we get our restorative sleep. And with narcolepsy, this is usually found on a sleep study. Most all sleep disorders are diagnosed through sleep study. And like for myself, for the first 5 hours of sleep, I went through 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then 1, 3. And then about the last 2 hours I was there, I went through the all 4 stages: 1, 2, 3 REM, 1, 2, 3 REM. And so what narcolepsy is like going to bed at night, getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep, but actually feeling like you only got 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Because in reality, you only did get 3 to 4 hours of restorative sleep. Side effects to narcolepsy are sometimes insomnia at night, having a hard time getting to sleep, excessive daytime sleepiness during the day, anxiety because you're fatigued, add any stress to that, and then makes it hard to think during the day and function when you need to. Some of the treatment for narcolepsy is stimulant medication, and I personally don't take it because it stressed me out and I've chosen not to, so I don't take any medication for it. But stimulants are a large treatment option physicians use to treat all types of sleep disorders because it helps you with your excessive daytime sleepiness. This is the end of my PowerPoint, and I have all my works cited on my PowerPoint as well as my outline. So personally, for me, narcolepsy has been been a difficulty because, you can imagine when you are only getting, 3 to 4 hours of restorative sleep, you feel exhausted every day, and most every day has to be planned around how much sleep did you get? Am I going to have to go home and take a nap? Am I going to need to sleep during the day? And such things like that. So most people who suffer from sleep disorders have to pretty much schedule their life or their vacations or pretty much everything around their sleeping needs. And with having a family, that can be difficult. My stepdad suffers from sleep apnea, so I've been able to learn some of his personal experiences. He also has chronic fatigue daily and has to use a CPAP machine. In regards to insomnia, I feel like a lot of people in my family suffer from insomnia, including myself. And I think a lot of times insomnia is a result of stress, unresolved issues possibly, and just having a lot on your mind. So it can be like a natural thing, but then chronically insomnia is a disorder. So thank you for watching my speech, and I'm glad that I did not cough during it, and hopefully you have learned some new information about sleep disorders, and if you have somebody who's suffering from one, you can have a better understanding. Thank you.